I remember just feeling so disgusted because this is coming from a black person. This is another black person combing my hair and telling me that my hair is unmanageable the way that it is and that I need it to relax it. No, you ain't gotta talk alright. Baby, I just wanna talk to you. Hey baes, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, my name is Catherine Alexandra. On today's video, I am going to be addressing the topic of texturism in the loc community, texturism in black hair, and this is really stemming from a video that I recently posted on my TikTok that has gone viral. The crazy thing is I didn't even say anything in the video. I just literally had some sound effect with some text written over the video, and the feedback that I've received on it has been quite interesting. It's been a range of people who are agreeing with what was stated in the video and other people who are in my comments who are just literally in uprage. And so if you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely head over to my TikTok and you will see it. It's a video where I was addressing this new emerging trend, which is mermaid locks. So if you're not familiar with mermaid locks, it is where people are taking bundles like silky, straight Malaysian, Cambodian hair and crocheting it to the end of their locks, and it gives this type of boho hippie type of effect to it, is what people are saying. I wanted to just come on camera and address this and address the topic and address the video just because it's received a lot of, like I said, a lot of comments. People are literally in my comment section arguing back and forth. And I went back and forth about if I wanted to come on camera and address this, but I feel like I should say something and just kind of provide a little bit more context as to the video and my thoughts on the situation. I know when it comes to black hair, this is a very, very touchy topic for us. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to be negative or talk down on anyone or talk down on anyone's creativity and innovativeness, because I do acknowledge that when it comes to hair, we know what the hell we doing, okay? We are very creative with our hair. Black hair in itself is creative and it's unique, and the things that we can do with it is just literally undeniable. But I really wanted to just provide more context as to, like I said, the video that I posted, and share my thoughts and my opinions on texturism and what I'm seeing going on in the loc community right now with it. As I stated in previous videos, and if you are new here and you're not familiar with me, I have always had natural hair my entire life. I am 30 years old. I have had natural hair 30 years of my life. I've never had a relaxer. I've never dyed my hair. I've never put any chemical whatsoever in my hair. I have been locked now for about a year and 6 months. And prior to me starting my locks, I had loose, natural hair. So my perspective and my opinion on things is literally coming from a place of somebody who has always had natural hair and had natural hair before the natural hair movement became a thing, and can really attest and speak on certain things that I saw. Prior to when natural hair movement emerged about 10 years ago, everybody for the most part had like relaxers in their hair. And like I said, I've always had loose natural hair. I have had so many experiences throughout my lifetime where I've had people tell me, you need to relax your hair. I literally remember one time when I was in, I would say, the 10th grade, and I think it was probably a dance or picture day or something, and my mom took me to a hair salon, a black-owned hair salon, to get my hair pressed. And the guy that was doing my hair, the whole time he was doing my hair, he was just complaining. And he was very, very rough with my hair. He was not taking his time whatsoever. And he was complaining to my mom, and he was like, her hair is unmanageable. You need to relax her hair. She can't keep her hair like this. Like, it's so nappy. There's nothing I can do with this X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. And I remember I was so upset. And I sat there and I didn't say anything, you know, because I was a child at the time. Like I said, I was like in the 9th or 10th grade. I was young, but I sat there and I took it. And I remember just feeling so disgusted because this is coming from a black person. This is another black person combing my hair and telling me that my hair is unmanageable the way that it is and that I needed to relax it. And I remember he finally did get through and he was able to press my hair. And I remember I walked out and my mom, she asked me, she was like, "You sure you don't want to relax your hair?" And I said, "Nope." And I said, "Don't ever take me back to that man again." I was very affirmed at even a young age that like I didn't feel like I needed to relax my hair. For me personally, I didn't see the desire to want to just put like chemicals like that in my hair. And I don't know. I don't know what it was about me at such a young age. I was able to be like, no, I don't want that in my hair, you know? And then finally, when I was in my early 20s, when I was way in college, guess what happened? The natural hair movement emerged, which I absolutely love because now I saw other black people embracing their natural hair. Unfortunately, what emerged during that movement was texturism, and now we're fast forwarding a few years later and we're seeing in the loc community the same thing is happening. I know there are people who don't agree on this topic and don't see eye to eye and they don't view it as such. And like I said, my platform is very much a space where I am uplifting black people, in particular my content is targeted for other black women. I want other black women to feel empowered in their natural beauty. That is their natural hair, their natural skin, their natural bodies, everything that makes us black. As I continue to address these topics in the rest of my video, please understand that everything that I try and do is from a place of positivity and it's to uplift. And I really want for us as black men and black women to love the things that make us black and to move away from trying to associate ourselves or achieve a certain look and a certain aesthetic that is not what makes us black, if that makes sense, okay? So as I go into talking about texturism and addressing the video that I posted on my TikTok, just understand that everything that I'm expressing is also my opinion as well. And everybody is able to have their opinions and their thoughts on things. So as I stated, we have this emergence of mermaid locks, and we've also been seeing people relaxing their edges as well. And now the issue with doing these things is that it's a certain look that people are trying to achieve that is not necessarily in line with what black hair is. And a big part of the problem is that when we saw the natural hair movement emerge 10 years ago, and now, like I said, we have the loc community that is emerging, we're seeing people who have looser textured hair be at the forefront of what we see on social media and even on TV when we see women with natural hair. It's people who have like 3A, 3B hair, and we're not seeing women with like 4B and 4C hair at the forefront and being deemed as loc goals. The issue, in my opinion, with mermaid locks and the fact of adding those silky straight bundles to the end of locks is that we cannot deny the fact that it does very much resemble what it looks like when white people lock their hair. And I think the bigger issue behind it is the fact that, once again, we have a movement that's emerging that's allowing us and encouraging black women to embrace their natural hair. And for some reason, we still feel the need to allow an element of whiteness infiltrate its way into something that is supposed to be empowering us to embrace and rock our natural hair. I'm seeing people with 4B, 4C hair adding, like I said, this silky straight texture to the end of their locks. One thing that somebody commented on my video, I noticed a comment today, was that the person said people are liking locks now. People are liking locks more now that it's associated with looser texture hair. And it's so true, because when you looked at locks like 10 years ago, people who were black people who had locks in their hair, and it wasn't people who had looser textured hair and people who had edges that was able to be swoop-de-doo and all that stuff, people looked down on it. And now that we have this emergence of locks and it becoming popular, and we're seeing people with all different types of textured hair locking their hair, we're also seeing people with looser textured hair locking their hair. You seeing, I mean, we've been seeing white people locking their hair, and we always talk down upon it, but you know, we're seeing that emerge, and that's becoming the forefront. It's like people like locks, but they only want locks. They only like locks when it looks a certain way. And so we have our beautiful black men and women, our beautiful black women with 4B and 4C hair trying to achieve a look of having looser textured hair. And so they're adding these bundles to the end of their locks, or they're doing things like relaxing their edges so that their edges can lay a certain way. And it's like you're going after a look that is not even in line with what your hair texture is. And in my mind, it's almost like, but why do you feel the need to achieve that look on your hair? And most importantly, why does the look that you want to achieve have to be associated with a looser, silkier, textured type of hair? The issue with mermaid locks is that I might feel a little bit different if people were doing it and it was actually like Afro kinky textured hair that they were adding to their locks. But if they were adding Afro kinky textured hair to their locks, you know what it would look like? It would look like actual locks. So it goes back to like the same point that I keep making, is that once again, people are putting in the forefront looser textured locks and locks that are silky and locks that give a certain aesthetic, and trying to step away from what traditional black locked hair looks like. And people will argue and say things like, oh, well, it's just being creative, or it's just being innovative. But my thing is, why does creativity with our natural hair have to be associated with a hair texture that is significantly looser than what black hair is? And I know people will also argue like, people like to wear wigs and they like to switch up their hair and they like to have versatility. And I'm no way, shape, or form bashing people for having versatility, because at the end of the day, a wig is a wig, you know, but locks are this. Locks are locks. Locks don't look like 4B, 4C hair, and then you get to the ends of it and you're seeing silky, straight Malaysian, Cambodian hair. That's not locks. And as somebody who has created a platform that is targeted towards blackness, it is hard for me to see this and not offer my 2 cents and my opinion on it, and not to express how I feel about it, just because it feels like, once again, we were in a position where it was like, yes, locks are becoming popular, just like how we had natural hair becoming popular, and we see all these black people joining in on the lock movement, and it was so exciting to see it. And then we see something like that emerge where people are relaxing their edges and adding these bundles to the end of their locks, and it's like, ugh, once again, we can't just allow our hair to be what it is. We can't allow our black hair to be black hair. So there's a lot that can be said around this topic. There's probably so much more that can be said. And, you know, in the lock community, there's a lot going on. It's a beautiful thing that we have so many people joining the lock community. And I literally made a video probably a month ago talking about like locks being trendy and saying like, you know, hey, if people want to join in on the lock community, let them go ahead. Like, once again, we are affirming and embracing and encouraging other black people to walk around with their natural God-given hair. But then something like this happens and it feels like, oh, we took one step forward and it's like we take 10 steps back. Once again, this video is just to share my thoughts and opinions on this topic. In no way, shape, or form am I bashing anyone, but I have to just express how I feel about certain things and the way that I see it. And also just to remind everyone that, listen, you know, if you do not enjoy the content that I post and do not agree with the message that I post, that is okay. My content is not for everybody. If you are somebody that was in alignment and agreement with the content that I posted in this video today, then my content is for you. And if you are somebody that, you know, wants to be affirmed and encouraged, and, you know, you want to start your lock journey and you're just trying to find the courage and the strength to grow your locks with your beautiful 4B, 4C hair, you know, my channel is here, and this is the purpose of my channel, is to really uplift you all and encourage you all to just embrace what God gave you. Embrace our natural God-given beauty, okay? Like, listen, I'm not a conceited person at all, but let me tell you something. I wake up every day in the morning, I look at myself, and I thank God I'm a black woman. I thank God that I have the hair that I have. I thank God for my beautiful chocolate skin and this beautiful curvy body. I thank God for it all. I would not want to be anything except for what I am right now, a black woman. And I'm not trying to discredit anyone's blackness by saying like, oh, if you go and do certain things with your hair, then you know you're anti-black and this that, and the third. No, but this is just letting you guys know who I am and the things that I believe in and the messages that I'm trying to promote through my content, and letting you know that there's community here. So if you enjoyed this video today, you guys, please let me know in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Like I said, this is a positive place. And if you don't agree with my opinion, that's okay, but please keep it respectful, okay? We are all entitled to our own opinions. We are all living different lives and our experiences are different, but our experiences are also very similar in that there are things that we experience as Black people that we can connect on. And so, you know, this topic is no way, shape, or form to divide. It's just to bring attention to something that I feel like actually does divide us as Black people. And it divides us and it separates us from what actually makes us being Black. But let me know your thoughts below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notifications on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.